What's up guys, SkittleRampage here. So this is Ultron versus Sigma, and we're going to be doing the character breakdown as I do. Now, most people know who Ultron is. I had no idea who Sigma is. I only know who Ultron is from the games. I never read the comics on him, and then obviously Age of Ultron, the movie. Definitely saw that. That was awesome. So that is the actual Ultron from the movie. If you haven't seen Age of Ultron, I'd be surprised. It came out in 2012, I believe. No, 2014. Okay. So we'll read a little bit up on Ultron. I'm going to mostly read up on Sigma just because he's the one I don't know the most about. And then I'll make a decision at the end. Obviously, my money's on well, I don't know because he's only an android and he got... I mean, I guess it took the whole Avengers to take him down, so we'll see. Ultron was an artificial, or let's just say AI peacekeeping program created by Tony Stark from the decrypted code derived from the Mind Stone encased within Loki's own scepter, retooled by himself with the help of Bruce Banner with the intent of being to protect Earth. Okay. And any and all domestic and extraterrestrial threats coming within the future, possessing multiple of host bodies under his control as well as variant of Stark's own personality. Yeah, that saving the world at all costs. Guys, so powers and abilities, let's see. That's funny. Let's read a quote. But like my old man said, what doesn't kill you just makes me stronger. You're not a match for him, Cap. Thanks, Barton. Alright, so he has superhuman strength. Ultron could generate such extraordinary amounts of force far beyond human capabilities, easily crushing and destroying a robotic head with a single hand. His later bodies were used to fight Iron Man on relatively equal terms and maintain the upper hand against Captain America, easily deflecting his shield with his hand and hurling it back at equal speed. Ultron's final vibranium armored primary body bestowed him incredible superhuman strength, enough to overpower even Thor and Vision, which Ultron being able to punch Thor hard enough to make the incredible durable Asgardian bleed. Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. That's funny. Ultron is struck by Captain America's shield. That was a pretty cool scene. Superhuman durability. Ultron's initial primary robotic body was highly durable, equivalent to the Iron Man armor suit. However, his body was prone to damage inflicted by both Cap's shield and Iron Man's repulsor blast. Ultron adopted the last exceptionally durable and ultimate body form armored by the remaining vials of vibranium. His final body allowed him to survive a punch from the Hulk and a swing from Vision wielding the Mjolnir. However, the durability, I was going to say debility, I don't know what I was going to say, of his last body from still had its limits. As being simultaneously blasted with the intense wielding Mjolnir, Ultron's armor slowly began to melt off, weakening him gradually. Superhuman stamina, obviously, he's like androids in Dragon Ball Z. They have unlimited stamina. As an android, Ultron did not need to sleep nor eat, being highly capable of maintaining his activities continuously for extended periods of time. Obviously, he can fly. Let's see. Gravity manipulation. Ultron possessed miniaturized versions of the anti-gravity technology that served to keep the Chitauri Leviathan afloat, essentially repurposing them as offensive weaponry. Through miniature generators housed in his hands, he could manipulate gravitational fields, allowing him to move an object through a push/pull motion. Ultron used these to pull his enemies towards himself, throw large objects at enemies, and even shift the landmass around him by pulling large chunks up above the ground, from the ground. His final form possessed this technology in place of its flight-based parts, allowing him to fly by manipulating his immediate gravitational field. Interesting. Concussion beams. Ultron could shoot highly concussive red blasts through his hands and fingertips, much like the repulsor beams of the Iron Man armor. Ultron's red energy blasts are fired from his hands, with the difference being that it appears as an electrical plasma. The severity of these blasts could be willfully adjusted, as Ultron has been shown to both stun and kill, such as when he stunned Helen Cho, or when he blasted through the train's conductor door during his skirmish with Captain America, effectively destroying the train's control panel and killing the train conductor inside. Body temperature manipulation. Ultron. Wow, he has a lot more powers than I thought he did. I know they showed all these in the movie, but you know, you get caught up in all the action and the just the movie itself. So Ultron could raise the temperature of his own hands, as meaning of slicing or causing damage to desired targets, much like the Extremis hosts. When Ultron heats up his hands, they glow with the intensity of the heat, you know, kind of like an Iron Fist. His instinctively used this ability to slice off Ulysses Claw's arm when the latter compared him to Iron Man, as well as him when he destroyed his own second body after adopting his new vibranium encased form. Oh, I remember that scene. Mind transfer, we know that because he transferred from body to body and then through the internet. Hive mind system. Ultron could mentally command all the Ultron sentries to do his exact biddings. The sentries act as extensions of Ultron himself. Computer interaction. Ultron could enter and corrupt any corrupt network. Yeah, just like we just talked about. So abilities, genius level intellect, which he's kind of like Tony in that way. As an artificial intelligence, Ultron learns inhumanly quickly and can download information and data directly into his mind. Equipment. Okay, Iron Legion. While the Avengers were in the Avenger Tower celebrating and trying to lift Mjolnir, Ultron emerged to greet the heroes. As he described them as all killers, Ultron beckoned the Iron Legion to attack the heroes as he watched. The Scepter. After Hydra collapsed, the Scepter was then retrieved by Avengers when Tony Stark later borrowed it to research and experiment power to complete the Ultron program. Scepter was taken and dismantled by Ultron after shattering its blue gem casing, which in process reveals the Mind Stone inside. Mind Stone. The Mind Stone, originally portrayed as a containment vessel and a power source for the Scepter, Ultron used it its power to enthrall Helen Cho in order to make him a new body with a combination of her expertise using the cradle and Ultron's supply of vibranium. Yeah, so that's pretty much it on Ultron. Sorry guys, I read a little fast, huh? I read too fast, so I get my words jumbled up. But yeah, I don't know. He's strong, but in the end, he can withstand a lot of damage because in the end, he's only an android. So I don't know. I feel like Sigma. I don't really know much about Sigma, but I feel like Sigma might just take it. But let's go over to Sigma and we'll see. All right, guys. So this is Sigma, evildoer. It says. I forgot to go over the aliases and everything for Ultron. But they have power skills right here, which is actually convenient. Turning other Reploids into Maverick, Sigma Virus / Maverick Virus combat proficiency, swordsmanship, electrokinesis, high intelligence, cunning. So I'm assuming they're going to explain down below what those are. So I need to read up on his history a little bit because I have no idea who he is. But he's obviously a robot here, in a way. So created by Dr. Kane, Sigma was considered the finest of the Reploids. So a Reploid, okay, what is that? And was the first leader of the Maverick Hunters, peacekeeping Reploids who defend humans against their renegade robot counterparts. Although he was once honorable, Sigma unexpectedly goes Maverick in the beginning of Mega Man X and rebelled against humankind. He defects to the Mavericks and assumes the role of their leader. Under Sigma's command, the Mavericks grow into a legion dedicated to the extermination of the human race. Wow, what a turn that was. Sigma instigates many of the destructive Maverick wars, with the Maverick Hunters existing to crush Sigma and his minions. Sigma appears as bulky, bald, humanoid in most of his forms. So he has multiple forms. Interesting. His most pronounced feature is a crystal on his forehead and 2 parallel scars running through his eyes. He often produces a second form after his initial defeat in a game, which frequently has the head or the crystal on it as a weak point. Most games have that kind of weak point. Although he'd been destroyed countless times, Sigma's programming always survives and builds himself in a new form, ready to menace the world once again. It is implied that he grows more insidious and vengeful with each transformation, with each successful plan becoming more and more desperate and aggressive. Sounds like any villain ever. Alright guys, so I had to actually find another link for him because the other site didn't have anything on his abilities, so I found this one. It says, as the former leader of the Mavericks, Sigma is a capable military leader, described as possessing overwhelming combat power and strategic intelligence. Well, I feel like that would play a role into the death battle, but Ultron's an AI, so he could just learn any kind of fighting he wanted to and program it in himself. So I don't know if that'll really... I don't know. I feel like my money's on Ultron. But when he turned Maverick, Sigma remains a charismatic leader and is revived on many occasions by Reploid and Maverick admirers alike. Due to the virus in his circuits, he can survive seemingly anything and always return for more. He is a very powerful Reploid and is fond of incorporating himself into battle suits which are vastly larger and more powerful than his regular form. Sigma is also a skilled manipulator, managing to turn various Reploids, Maverick Hunters, and Mavericks to his side. In fact, there were few instances in the entire series where where Sigma wasn't pulling the strings. Sigma himself is one of the strongest Reploids ever created. Due to his original role as leader of the Maverick countries, his personal energy had been stated to be too powerful to even get an accurate reading. Interesting. That could play a role too. In addition, Sigma's combat skills and analytical abilities were extensive enough that he was able to wipe out several Reploids in an efficient manner, as Zero noted when investigating the crime scenes on the days leading to Sigma's revolt. Likewise, Sigma was also heavily implied in the Day of Sigma to be skilled at computer hacking, as he managed to delete any traces of him being behind the first attack after silencing the Reploids who were involved in the first hack. Maybe he could hack, maybe he could just hack his way into Ultron. Sigma is capable of moving at great speed, often able to move faster than the hero can follow. Vanishing from sight, many of his bodies are also capable of teleportation. Sigma seems to favor saber and beam sword weaponry, often integrating powerful sword combos with his blinding speed or teleportation. On several occasions, he projects energy. His speed could come into play as well, just because I don't feel like Ultron's that fast. Like, he's fast, but he's not that fast, so that could play a big role. On several occasions, he projects energy barriers around himself to block incoming attacks. In nearly every appearance, Sigma is capable of discharging enormous destructive blasts or waves of powerful, capable of covering entire battle areas. Awesome. Sigma's physical strength is considerable. In his first body during a conflict with the original Maverick Zero, he was able to effortlessly break through Zero's defenses with a round kick, as well as easily toss Zero through the ceiling with a single hand. I'm assuming Mega Man is Zero. That's just another like Mega Man Zero. I don't know. I've never seen a Mega Man show, so he was he has also demonstrated the ability to scale a skyscraper with a single leap. Wow. Okay. Some prior to Sigma's first defeat at the hands of X, his Reploid soul became intermingled with the dangerous Maverick virus and formed the Sigma virus. This allowed Sigma's spirit to remain after his body was destroyed, granting him immortality and the ability to return after the destruction of each subsequent body. See, with Ultron, you just got to destroy the last, like, remaining robot, so then he has nowhere to go. Sigma can just keep going, so maybe that, I feel like that's a big factor, just because Sigma can keep going into new bodies. He can't be killed, technically. I don't know. I feel like that's going to come into play here. Let's see. Sigma virus possesses the ability to travel through any material or energy and can manipulate both Reploid and organoids. Oh my, I'm calling it now. He's going to take over Ultron. He's going to take over Ultron and just take his body. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. Alright? Alright, if I get this right, you guys have to like the video. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I'm being stupid. So, that's my prediction. That's my prediction. I think Sigma, based off what I learned, I think Sigma is going to take over Ultron's body and just... Basically, that's how he's going to kill him. He's going to take over his body and just start walking around, strutting his stuff. I'm Ultron now. Or I'm Ultron Sigma. What's a good name? I'm the ultimate Sigma. I don't know, something stupid like that. But I think Sigma's gonna take it, just because I don't know. I'm not underestimating Ultron's strength and his weaknesses and everything. I'm just saying, I just feel like Sigma has more to offer than Ultron does, than just having a grudge. I mean, they both have it in common that they want to destroy the planet. So, but I'm going with Sigma, and like I said, I think he's just gonna take over Ultron's body. When his body gets destroyed, well, I believe Ultron can destroy his body, but I think Sigma's just gonna hack into his body or whatever. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and tell me down below who you think is going to win, and tell me how you think they're gonna win. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye.